So I'm not even gonna make this a full episode because it was a quick download that I got from my grandma this past Mother's Day, and she came to visit me this past Mother's Day, and it was so nice to see her and feel her energy because she passed away in 2021 probably. So when I felt her, I was like, am I tripping? Or did I just like feel someone sitting in this chair over here? It was like I just have this chair, and my desk chair was in my living room, which was abnormal. But I was doing some cleaning in here. So this chair, hey, it was this chair right here, was in my living room, and I remember like out the corner of my eye, I saw like a figure, it's like a dark figure sitting in this chair, and I looked at the chair dead on, and I was just like, no, I was like, then it wasn't nothing, there was nothing in the chair. I was like, I was like, that was weird. Because I saw something, but not only I saw it, like I felt it. I felt an energy. Like, when you feel someone watching you, or when you feel someone look, when you feel, so you can feel someone in your space. And I felt someone in the space and over there and like looking, but it didn't feel like scary or sinister or I didn't feel frightened of the energy. It just felt like, it felt friendly. It felt like a very friendly energy, but it was like a dark, it was like dark as in like, it wasn't like, again, darkness does not mean evil on this channel. Darkness is the feminine. It is the yin to the yang. It is the within before the without. It's the void, the darkness. It was darkness. It was like an energy of a death. So there's that. And I was like, that was weird. That was crazy. And so then but also, so then another thing, I had like a crate sitting in my kitchen. So then I felt the same energy. It was like, it was sitting on this box in my kitchen. And I was just like, what? I was just like, am I tripping? I was like, I feel like someone's here. Cause again, it wasn't a scary energy, but it was just like why is this person in my house? And then I felt, and this is in my kitchen, I'm in my kitchen, and there's no windows in my kitchen. It was just me in this kitchen, and I felt this breeze go past my legs, and I was just like, okay, somebody's in here. All right. So I'm just like, there's an energy in here, and I don't know what's going to say. Anyway, I talked to my sister about it, who is also an energy person. And the long story short is, we were like, and this was Mother's Day. I was like, oh, it's grandma. It was grandma. I was like, grandma, it was grandma. It was wonderful. And I told you, I was like, I knew it was like a good energy. It was a friendly energy. And then as soon as we were just like, oh, it was grandma, I was like, hey, grandma, happy Mother's Day. Our computers turned on. It was so nice. It was like the lights of the computers turned on. And so then I was like, oh, that's so cool. And so then I got all these other downloads, and they led me to understand this. The spirit realm does on the channel also, I am here to connect spirituality and consciousness and science, and quantum physics and biology and chemistry and anthropology and all the things. And so as I was thinking through how my grandma was communicating with me through, just her energy, and then like air, and then through lights, and then I had been thinking about like some sciencey stuff earlier, and then I said, it came from consciousness, I would say grandma certainly helped. This understanding, the reason why the spirit realm talks to us through things like lights, like flames, like smoke, like air, people think it's, because scary ghosts invisible. No. And it just makes me say, you idiots. The spirit realm, as we know, is energy, and the people are they are more dispersed energy. The whole spirit realm, all the different, not all the different dimensions, like not all of them, but like a lot of the whole essence of the different dimensions are, they are just at a higher, like a less dense density. So these energetic beings, the same way that we can pick up very dense items because we are very dense, but we cannot touch light, we cannot grab water, we cannot really interact with less dense things. The spirit world is a less dense place. It is the least density. It is light. It is like literally the density of light. The spirit realm is the density of light, and actually basically the spirit realm is even less dense than light. The spirit realm is the density of consciousness, and consciousness is like the least density. It's no density at all. It's like it is photons and chaos. It is expansion of space is expanding at all times because consciousness is always growing. It's like that is taking up space. Like air takes up space. Light takes up space. All this the container space. Like the spirit realm is consciousness. It is just taking up space. That's how least the density is. Like light is heavily dense in comparison to the density of the spirit realm. So when people from the spirit realm are flickering light and stuff, that is them working their hardest to talk to us. That is them putting out a lot of energy to densify themselves to touch light just to talk to us. Like they can't get no further than that. Even if they wanted to, it is like impossible. Like not saying it's impossible, but like it would take an immense amount. That takes out like for grandma to want to come see both of her grandchildren on Mother's Day, it was like that she can't do that every day. She can't. It's like it takes a lot. The same way if we want to go see them, we can't. It's just like it's not just our everyday that we can just start talking to the spirit realm. It's just like you gotta do work to get there. You have to put in your meditation reps. You gotta put in your consciousness rising. You gotta do love. You gotta live with love. You gotta do the shadow work. There's all the stuff you gotta do in order to raise your consciousness, in order to be a sensitive being to then be able to reach into the spirit world. You can't just do it. You gotta work for it. The same way for them, if they wanted to do it, they can't just come over here and do it. They gotta put in work to do that too. So they can interact with light. They can interact with smoke. They can interact with flames because flame is light. They can interact with electricity, electric currents because it's not dense. It's not dense. So they can touch that. They can move that. They can manipulate that, but they cannot grab physical things. But the same way we cannot grab light, we cannot manipulate light. We can, but whatever. Us as in the 3D right now, as most of us are, we cannot manipulate light and touch light ourselves because we are very dense. We are very dense beings. And so we have to lessen our denseness, which is raise our consciousness, right? And so that we can touch the spirit realm. People who are very highly sensitive, we are less dense beings, and so we can feel things more easily that are not dense. Energy is not dense. Energy is a flowing thing. It's a very it's energy is this, but when you compress energy, we are nothing but light, right? Light photons. So when you compress light and when you compress photons, when you compress energy, it gets denser and denser and denser, and then it becomes matter, which is us. And so now we are these dense beings. You can touch us. And so how do you raise your frequency? How do you become a less dense being? Walking in love, walking in light, meditation, breathing, all that, staying present, being in nature, knowing thyself, being comfortable with who you are, all the good stuff, being like not interacting with high stimulation stuff like violence and fear, and not living your life in a way that sucks, in a way that it makes you feel misaligned every single day. That stuff gets you stuck in a very dense state of being, and then you can't become sensitive and touch things that are not there. They are there. They're just they're in a different state of matter. It just makes me mad how, I don't know, how dumb like, I don't know how dumb the Western world makes us, I don't know, because it just doesn't teach us anything correctly. It teaches us everything in such a, I don't know, a dumb way. It's just like in a way that doesn't make sense, that's not logical, that doesn't put together the world in the way that it is. It's just like, it just, so anyways, yeah. That's all. I didn't even want to make a whole episode about it. I wanted this to be nice and quick and accessible because this was something that the world needs to know. I feel like it's just like, I don't know, it just makes so much sense to me, but it doesn't make sense to the world. And so it's just like, so if I talk about talking to my grandma, people will call me crazy. And I'm just like, no, you're stupid. You're dumb and you're dense. You're literally dense. You're quite literally dense. Y'all are 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 dense. Metaphorically, literally, physically, actually, like in every way, shape, and form. Everyone is dense. Literally, lighten up. Everyone needs to lighten up. Literally, lighten up, and your world will be better. Thank you for listening. That is it. The end for now.